Alright, this is another one of my battles. I haven't uploaded about in a long time, so here's a narrated one. And I'm just trying to test out two new Pokemon, my Raikou and my Hitmonchan. So I lead with Solrock and I get taunted, so I'm just going to try and kill this thing. And I do about half, so I can 2-hit KO it. They go for Psychic, doesn't do anything, I don't even know why I even attempt it. But, yeah, takes that down, and I haven't got to set up Stealth Rocks, which is lame, and I'm going to have to switch because Lucario can outspeed, and he can one-shot. So I go to Weezing to take the hit, and Weezing does that quite well. I love Weezing, because first I love poison Pokemon, I also love walls. But I go for the easily predictable Will-O-Wisp, so they can just switch in Heatran and get that bonus. I don't like Heatran, I think he's the most overpowered OU Pokemon. That's why I stopped using it and just replaced it with the Scarf Magmortar. But he's fair game, so I understand why people use him. And he goes for Fire Blast, which I never use because moves that don't have like at least 9% accuracy never hit for me. And he can take down Wyvern easily after the boost, plus being on Heatran plus a Fire Blast, just amazing. So I go for the Earthquake, trying to take Heatran down, but he switches. And I was praying that he would go for a Calm Mind, so I could just explode on his face. After I set up Stealth Rocks, of course. And they actually do go for the Calm Mind, because they would have Sarta would have been gone. And I'm thinking I'm Adamant and Eevee trained for straight up attack, and Solrock is just really cool because it looks like the Sun and Soul Eater. So I think Explosion is going to one-hit KO. Can't think of a reason why it wouldn't, but it doesn't. So that's just super amazing. And I bring in the Jack to try and take it down, and I go for Hidden Power Grass, just in case they switch to a ground guy, but they actually switched to Salamence, so Thunderbolt would have been better. But because of this, he thought I didn't even carry Thunderbolt, which I guess is good, keeps him tricks. And so I set up a sub, not knowing what type of Salamence it is, thinking it might be Mix Sweeper, I don't know, so I just want to see what it wants to do to me before I switch. And it's going for Earthquake, so I need a GTFO fast. So I switch to Weezing, which it has Levitate, so ground just doesn't do anything. And this time I don't go for the Will-O-Wisp because I know he's going to go for Heatran. I should have probably just switched, but I don't want to. I was trying to be too cautious. And I go for Thunderbolt, and that doesn't seem like much, but coming from a Weezing, that actually does decent. So that Heatran definitely doesn't have defenses. So I go to my bulky Hitmonchan, which you know it's bulky if it takes a freaking Fire Blast from a Heatran, and is around like half. And they finally missed the Fire Blast, which I was waiting for, and I get that Drain Punch. And you also know it's bulky because it can't kill a freaking Heatran with a Drain Punch, but whatever. So I go for Mach Punch to finish it off, so it's all good. And Smoggin says that Hitmonchan is just worse than Gallade and Medicham, but I think it's different than Gallade. It's different, like, depending on the situation, and I just like it better than Medicham. Like, I think Hitmonchan is actually really good. They say it's just for Yu-Yu, but I can see its purpose in overuse and overuse battles. But I go to my Weezing, kind of his death fodder. At first he was there. I was thinking he might go for Earthquake, I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. It's not going to take that many hits anyway, and I get them confused and they're very low health. So I just go to my Scarf Magmortar and just Psychic. And not every Magmortar carries Psychic, I don't know why, because Psychic has actually helped me the most on this Pokemon on any of his moves, which is strange. Like, I don't think I used Flamethrower once on him though. Actually I did, I used it once, but Psychic's what I use the most. And since I'm locked to, I gotta switch, so I go to the Jack, thinking that its resistance to Steel will be enough to take a hit, and it has some pretty good health, 338, it's pretty good. So I'm thinking it can survive, and it can. So I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt to see what it can do. And I get a crit, and it takes it down. And I don't know if the crit was necessary or not, because I've never used a Raikou before, so I don't know how strong the Thunderbolt actually is. And with Stealth Rocks, I have to stay in, so Lucario could just kill it. So Raikou didn't really get to do much, besides take down a Scizor, which was still great, but I don't really know how good it is yet. I know my Hitmonchan's potential from this battle. This was a good test battle. But I think they're going to go for Extreme Speed, because I thought they were banded, because my Lucario was, and I carried Extreme Speed. But that's why I went for Drain Punch. But they actually went for Swords Dance, but I guess the Drain Punch still helped, because it gave me some health. And now I can just go for another Drain Punch and take it out. If that Lucario would have killed my Hitmonchan, it could have just swept me, and I would have lost. But since Hitmonchan was able to take it down, you know Hitmonchan's a beast when you can take down a Lucario after Swords Dancing and a Heat Ram with their Fire Blast.